When you want luxury pieces or quality items in your closet, maybe a special evening gown, a Chanel bag, Dior sunglasses, or anything on your wish list, I have a little trick for you. I am at this beautiful gem of a store called the Refined Closet. It is in Seattle, Washington, but if you are listening and you're in non-Seattle, Washington, you can still get in and shop everything that they have. They have everything. They're called the Refined Closet because they have everything from clothing. They even have some fun athleisure wear that you can get in designer pieces and handbags. So they have literally everything that you want in your closet. And when you come in or you're shopping online, I encourage you to try something different. Stay true to who you are, know what you're shopping for, but have so much fun in the process. I've been in and out of here the past few years for myself and for clients because they have so many great pieces that are wardrobe staples that you can love and wear again and again, season after season. Jeannine and I get into the topic of how to take care of your clothing when you are investing in all of these pieces. We also talk about fall trends that we're excited about and what you should be looking for when you are shopping at luxury resale stores or online. Let's get into it. You are the visionary behind the Refined Closet, and I am so excited to dive into everything today.
Thank you.
We even have this beautiful wall. If you're not watching this on YouTube, definitely check it out because we have this beautiful wall of
handbags.
Handbags, Chanel, all the things. And just to get started, because some people do not know the difference, I think we need to make it clear, what is the difference between luxury resale and consignment?
It's really the wording, I have to be honest. I mean, so it's just the word consignment, I think, got tired over time. Mm-hmm. And when, there's a new kind of rebirth of what I like to call resale in America, mm-hmm. which is fantastic. But when you say the word consignment, I think they think of those little dusty stores that they used to walk into that might have been cluttered with older clothing, and it's just kind of the connotation between that word and how someone receives it. So I like to say luxury resale, mm-hmm. because what we like to bring in the store are, a rebirth to a garment that maybe is, contemporary to high end designer, that deserved a new environment. The garment is so nice and it needs to go forward in the world to a new individual, to have a rebirth, a new life with someone because it's truly not worn out. And the idea behind the Refined Closet was to give an elevated look in a store and an environment to represent those garments.
And seeing the way that one piece can be styled so many different ways by different people that have a different way of seeing that creative, beautiful piece of art. For me, fashion is an art.
Yes, absolutely.
It is like the textures and everything.
Yes.
How it's all constructed. And with that, what are some misconceptions that people have about resale that you think?
I think that the misconception is that, things are older or dirty or they just don't want to buy into it. We've seen, even we're located in Madison Park, so we've turned over a lot of new customers, brought them in and said, no, really take a look at the store. Look, these are not heavily used and abused items. These are items that people made mistakes on in their closet. And luckily they're willing to resell them and push them forward. So I think a misconception is that things are worn out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that some people also don't realize that some of the items, I think right now, especially with this time of age, funny to say it that way, but I feel like consignment and resale and all of that has been more popular because of online shopping.
Absolutely.
With my personal clients, they are so busy that they are shopping for things they don't have time to return if it didn't work for them, but it doesn't mean that doesn't work for someone else. I am sure that you have a ton of pieces that have the tags on that they were I bought it, didn't have time to return it, exchange it, and now it needs a new home.
And a lot of the big brands have put limitations on returns. So if you miss a 2-week window, you're stuck with it. So who can I send this to recoup some of the investment I have in these pieces? That's so correct. And things have gotten so expensive now at retail. I think, for us, I love the idea of offering, fabulous garments and pieces to any generation, but at value, so that they feel like, oh, I got this elevated piece by Dior, which, took a long time for Dior seamstresses to make and construct, but they're excited about it and they have a piece that will last them, for a very, very long time. And I mean 20 years. Yeah. That could have cost at retail maybe $6,000, yet they find at the refined closet for $1,500. And that's a high-priced example. But that example, if you take it down to another level, is just really, really great. I love just the opportunity to hand value over to the customer.
Yeah, sustainability is important for everybody right now for multiple reasons.
Oh yeah.
And my clients especially, if you were listening and you're a client, you know exactly what I'm talking about, that you want to buy something that you can wear again and again, and you don't have to worry about replacing it because it fell apart, because it lasted one season. And they don't have time. People are so busy, they don't have time to go refine something if it broke or whatever, And there's so many classics to buy. I always say I have a lane that I dress in, but in that lane there's variations, so the trench coat, and what color is it in? Or are you wearing it oversized or fitted? So there's a lot of things that people still like to buy within their lane. And I always say sometimes it's classics with a twist, or, for this year, or and I do say on the show a lot, if you buy this trench would last 20 years. So in some of those categories, you can truly keep something in your closet for a very long time. Now, other people might look in their closet and they intended to keep it for 20 years, and it's still a 20 to 50 or 100-year garment. I'm done with it. I want to move it on in the world. So that's why resale is so great. And right, you're not filling landfills. Yeah. That's a big one.
It is.
That's a huge one. Oh, I was going to say something too about when you style something, when you see something that you find and you style it, what I tell clients too, because some people want to stay really on trend, but with those classic pieces that they have in their closet, I tell them to rework it and make it feel modern.
Yes.
The only thing you have to do is really add a modern piece to the outfit, and you could kind of bring it back to life.
Yeah.
So the way that you style something that you had 5 or 10 years ago, adding a modern piece to it just changes it.
Yeah. It's so fun for us because there's a lot of young people working here, and we get vintage pieces in, and we're like, wow, the way that Dior looked 25, 30 years ago is still so relevant. So that's a perfect example of, that. And you're right, you can put a twist on anything, add a scarf, add an earring. A great black dress can be changed into many different variations.
Yeah.
And it's very European, right, to buy great pieces and hold on to them for a long period of time. And maybe the younger generations of Americans will get to that.
And getting into that, how do you recommend taking care of garments or bags? Do you have a service that you provide, or do you offer, advice on doing that?
Yeah, I have a lot of tricks of the trade, for one thing, a good saddle soap and a little hot water mixed together on the outside of a leather is a great trick. When you're cleaning the inside of a bag, you can use a diluted dish soap and scrub it down. There are tons of shoe places that restore shoes. They're also good with handbags. And then I don't treat my things so carefully. I have 4 kids and am running around a lot. And so I go ahead and use them as they need to be used, but I also know they can be restored.
Yeah.
So there are really fantastic cobblers across the country that completely bring your bag back to life. Like magic.
Yeah.
And they're very skilled. So I don't have fear of worn corners or worn interiors at all. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's such good advice for people, because some people, and you've heard it, I'm sure, they save their pieces because they're like, it's so special. What if something happens? It can be repaired.
Oh no, just use it.
You
have to use it. Right? Yeah, you have to use your pieces. You spent money on them, enjoy them. And then rest assured, they can be repaired. Like, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to read a statistic about luxury resale. I heard it on the Glossy podcast, but it's just also something that people are talking about right now. But it is booming. And according to Bain & Company, approximately 49.3 billion of secondhand luxury products were sold worldwide in 2023, making up 12% of the value of luxury goods.
Wow.
And there's a lot of luxury brands that are having their
Amazing.
creative directors step down, but resale is doing really well right now. So I want to talk about the Refined Closet. What makes you guys different from other resale online shopping stores out there? Because you guys sell everywhere.
A lot makes us different.
Share with us.
Okay, well, for one, I look at the landscape of resale across the country, and a lot of people just resell handbags. So that's a much simpler business to deliver, okay? And we love handbags. I love handbags. Handbags are behind me, but we are a true full closet reseller. So we'll take your whole closet and resell it. And that trade is falling down. So you can do that with the Real and a few other places, but there's only like a really strong collective of people who truly resell the entire closet across the country with some velocity. Instead of like, we are brick and mortar and we are live shows. And I would like to have a more robust web presence, but we'll get into that in the next phase of the business. But what makes us different is that we are selling live on Instagram 6 to 7 days a week. We're kind of changing things and upping that, and I think 30 to 40 hours a week we should be selling live on Instagram. So we sell the whole closet. We do it in a way that represents the designers and the contemporary and higher end designers in a way that I think they should be represented. And it's great because you can build a community across the country that can jump on and listen to you describing the garment, the condition, the fit, how you'd use it, and then you move on to the next item. So we have brick and mortar plus that, and a great team, like the team behind the scenes, all women working really, really hard to deliver excellent service to two customers, to a consignor, still called the consignor, and a customer. So we really have two sides of the house that we need to tend to and make sure that what we bring in and we sell for them, they're happy, and then the customer is happy with the goods that they get. So it's a very involved business, but I think what makes us special is that we're really trying to fully sell the entire closet for the women that work with us from across, and men that work with us across the country. And we're not just doing one product or two products. We're doing it all.
I am definitely in awe by the online shopping thing that you do with Instagram Live. I have hopped on a few times just because you guys, I feel like, are always live.
Yeah.
On my Instagram, it shows like live, and sometimes I like pop in, and even seeing your team and how together they are, it is so important to make something thrive.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? They hopefully have fun. And we take ourselves seriously, but not that seriously.
Exactly.
You have to have a good time with it. I have women that come in and out to model that have great personalities, that are so funny. And I think the audience needs that. If you're going to chime into something, I mean, yes, we are selling, but we also like care that they know that we're like trying to have a good time with it. And, it's a happy place. Yeah.
I love that.
And we are truly excited. So that's the other thing that's fun. It's like we are really excited. For us, it's like Christmas arrives. You never know what you're unpacking in these boxes. And then you're like, oh my gosh, look at this. Today I had Carly ran out here. It was her birthday. And she ran out in a pair of Miu Miu jeans because she was so excited to show the audience. And that's the kind of like really innate like joy that like we are very much invested and happy with what we get, and then we can share that, and people on the other end, like, at least they'll have a giggle about it, but they understand that they love this product. Maybe I should look at buying it.
You're probably listening to this episode and you're thinking, when am I going to make it out to the Refined closet? Well, we have an event on September 12th where I am going to share some of my top favorite trends coming up for fall, and I want to help you shop. I want to make sure that the pieces that you're purchasing, especially if it's an investment piece, that it is a right fit for you. My team and I will be there to shop together. We're going to have some bubbly and mingle and catch up. If you're a past client, it's such a wonderful way to just catch up together and do some shopping. So I cannot wait to see you there. The link is below. You can also go to myclosetedit.com to register and get your tickets so you can join us.
You know?
What are some treasures that you have found that are so memorable to you?
Oh, wow. Well, many. Many. I mean, I first of all, I want to say I try not to buy away from the customer's experience. Like, so things come in, I see everything pretty much. And when I have something really great in my hands, for the most part, I want to give it to the client, right? Because I don't want to take that one special moment that someone shopped here. If they found that terrific thing, I want them to have it, not me. However, I have found many treasures, because what people don't know is like fantastic things can sit here.
Oh yeah.
And so they aren't shown on the show, or they aren't purchased on the show, and they're sitting out there. I'm like, why is this Dior skirt still sitting here? So some of my favorites are like a long leather skirt from Celine, a Hermes cashmere coat, so things that I would not have bought at retail.
Yeah.
I would not have spent that much money. And as it matured here and nobody had their eyes on it, I finally was like, fine, I guess I'm the one that's buying it. But they will be pieces that stay in my closet for a very long time. And they never go out of style.
Yeah. When I had my store, my first Chanel sunglasses I ever owned. And I did take them. I was like, I am taking them.
Oh, that's right. And we have so much velocity coming through that there is no like single bag or single coat at this point that I feel like even myself or the women who work here, they don't feel like they have to have it because there's so much coming in and out of the store.
Yeah, which is wonderful.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good feeling.
Do you feel like more of your sales are on Instagram Live than here in Seattle?
Generated from. Generated from.
Okay.
So I think a lot of our business is generated from the world of social media. But I think still half of our business exists in the state of Washington and half is outside. But a lot of excitement is generated from the live shows. For people to then come in and shop. And what we want our local shoppers to know and understand is the amount of things that we have here that never hit the live are also, the numbers are big. So there's a lot left. As we did more shows, our local shoppers started thinking, oh, the best of everything is hitting the show. And that just simply isn't true, because there's so much coming in that a lot of it's on the floor. Yeah.
What are the brands that you are looking for the most? Are there certain brands or that you feel are just very popular or trending that you want more of in the store?
I mean, I have to say, like, popular and trending, like from a clothing standpoint, there's so many. But we sell very quickly, like brands like Celine and Dior ready to wear sells really, really fast.
Okay.
And the Row has done really well. Those brands that are kind of in a quiet luxury, very high end, cost so much at retail, but you can get a nice value price from us. Those have been very popular. And then things fly out the door, like leisure wear, like by Gucci and Fendi, and we're in Seattle, so if sweatshirts and sweats by high designers that again you didn't want to pay thousands of dollars for, but then they're here, those move very quickly. So everything from kind of casual wear up to high end, but I'd say Dior, Celine, lots of fun streetwear things. Chanel, of course, is very coveted and does very well for us. Yeah.
How do you figure out the pricing for things? And are there any brands, I feel like there was one and I can't remember, but are there any brands that end up increasing in price with time?
I mean, Hermes handbags increase in two categories, the Kelly and the Birkin. Chanel does see some increases in certain bags, not the flat bag right now because it's gone up so much over time in stores. Ready to wear is tough if you're looking for an increase. I'll be honest, I don't see that very often. No, holding value in your ready to wear, certain very unique pieces. You know, you would have to have gotten something very special at a moment of time where there was a short release. Then I see it. So if Chanel did a short release on something, or you know, just someone got their hands on a unique item, then it might go up in value. But for the most part, not necessarily on the clothing side. But on the handbag side, yes. Some of Goyard, some of Chanel, and some Hermes. And that's kind of it.
Good to know if you're trying to invest in any handbags.
Yeah, be careful. Buy them at resale. Buy them at resale. Yeah.
Yes. Are there any trends that you're excited about for fall?
I mean, I'm always excited about fall. I love layers. I love the trend we're seeing in burgundy. You know, so it's one of my favorite colors. Just burgundy with gray and navy and mixing it with camel. So I love that. I love a big bag trend. And I'm kind of a classic dresser, so I didn't dress so well today, but I like that quiet luxury trend that's been going. I think that's beautiful and timeless and classic, and you know, I'll continue with that one.
Yeah, I almost wore my burgundy heels today, but it ended up raining. We were in the car and it ended up raining. I'm like, oh my gosh, Seattle.
I know, Seattle, exactly.
Please don't do this.
I love big trench coats too, and I like the oversized blazer. I think that's fun too.
I know.
Yeah.
People are pulling that off so beautifully.
Yeah, they are. I love seeing young girls with an oversized blazer and then shorts or skirts. You know, it's just such a cute look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What advice do you have when people are shopping? So when it comes to consignment and resale and coming into a store that has not multiple, you know, sizes for things, and it's hard, what kind of advice do you give people when they come in and you're helping them to try to find something that fits well for them?
Well, fit is, you know, that's so personal. So the way that we have organized the floor is by category.
Okay.
So you are in a hunt. You've got to come with some time and your thinking cap on. And we try to colorize things and put them in categories. So advice would be, just in fashion, is really I know for me, I like to know who I am and to kind of stay in the lane. I think people have a good idea of like what they like color-wise. Maybe against, like I can get very pale, so I know what colors not to put up against my face. Do you like big patterns, little patterns? You know, can you carry certain garments? You know, just kind of get a feel, and then once you start to get a feel of who you are and how you dress, you know, fill around it. You know, so, you know, a blazer, you know, get into the big blazer trend. You're going to need fitted blazers for other things, you know. So, I think you do have to come into a resale store with some time on your hands and your thinking cap on.
Yeah. And I always tell people that, so I'm really glad that you mentioned that, that when it comes to shopping, that part about being intentional is kind of knowing, like, what's your lifestyle like? Or if you're traveling, what are you actually shopping for? And having a little bit of guidance, because as you said, when you come into the store, it is a treasure hunt. Yeah. You need to have the time, and you will try on everything too, but you can't, you know?
You know what I found very interesting though? Denim. Like, what's great here is you have an opportunity to try on, like, 20 different brands really quickly in denim, and you're like, oh, okay. You know, so you start to get to know, for us it's fun because we really get to know all the emerging contemporary brands and who's doing a great job with fit. So it would be a good place to ask some good questions too. Like, who has a great trouser right now? You know, I can tell you who's making a great trouser. You know, because we see individual items come in and we're like, wow, they're doing a great job with their fits and the way that they're building their trench coat or the trouser or doing their cashmere, you know.
And with the denim, it is so tricky because there are a lot of cuts. My client I came in with She tried on a pair of denim and it fit her beautifully, but it was a different cut and she was unsure. So what I had her do, I'm like, let's try on tops, keep the pants on, just so you can like kind of get used to it, because it takes a little bit too.
Yes, it does.
By the end of it, she's like, these grew on me. I love it. I'm taking them. Because she's also able to just keep it on, see what it looked like with different jackets, different tops, and it made it more accessible for her when she could actually see full outfits in multiple ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And denim's so funny too. You can fit like 5 different sizes.
I know.
In some brands you feel like, you wear from like one size up to 3 other sizes. And it also changes the look of the denim.
Exactly.
On you. So don't be afraid to change your size, I would say too.
I know, it's just, it's more about this.
It's mental. Too.
It's a mental thing. I know. Yeah. If you are listening and you are like, I want some of those quality pieces, I know I want things that I can wear again and again, season after season, but I don't really know what to invest in. Let's hop on a clarity call. Let's talk through the process and see if we are a good fit. So working with the stylist on our team is going to really help you identify what the missing pieces are in your closet, shopping more intentionally, and then leaving with 15 to 30 outfits head to toe so that you don't have to worry about what to purchase on your own. You can book a clarity call by going to the link below. You can also go to myclosetedit.com. That's myclosetedit.com. And there are multiple places on the homepage where you can see actual testimonials of our clients and also book a clarity call as well. The number one thing that we hear from our clients is that they say they wish they would have found us sooner, because before, shopping used to be stressful and it took them months, years of like trying all the things and not figuring it out. And then when you work with one of our stylists on the team, you get it done. You get it done right then and there, and it is so much easier than you expect it to be, and a lot less stressful because everything is ready for you in the fitting rooms, or if we're shopping virtually together, everything is pre-organized into shopping boards and everything is set, and you get access to your stylist from the beginning to the end and then some. Book a clarity call and let's see what option is best for you. Where do you see the refined closet in 5 years from now? You already talked a little bit like you want to do more online presence. What more do you see happening?
Oh, so much. So much. I don't know if I can spill the beans.
Oh, you don't have to spill all of it, but you did mention you want to do the videos. Is it okay to ask, do you think you'd open up another location, or is like the online thing like the big focus right now?
I mean, I think so. I think I would entertain opening it up another location. Yeah, I would.
I could definitely see it. If you have that really put together team.
Yes, it's about your team and community around it.
Yeah, and
their ability to build community around that location.
But take it and move it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I love the video side too. There's so many things that we have to do. There's a lot of growth in front of us, so big challenges ahead.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And where can we shop online with you? Do you have an online store? I actually did not check.
We do. We have a website that we are rebuilding in the next few weeks. So we are going to revamp our entire website. And our Instagram is pretty shoppable. So we do 100 stories a day. There's someone full-time on the Instagram answering questions.
You do 100 stories a day?
Yeah. 100 stories a day, and we service that Instagram all the time. So someone's always watching it and answering questions. And we have an in-house stylist. So every day on our stories, we post a lot of different ways to get in touch with us. And we really do want to cater to the customer. So we have an inside house stylist team that we're going to be building. And that way people can help deliver more personal shopping. Because like you said, I know people are busy. And like I don't get out of here, but I do shop other places if they text me or if they send something to me. So we want to develop a team that will reach out to people and help people find, it's like a treasure hunt here. So help them find those pieces that might come in the door and be just right for them.
And you know what, I didn't really think of it, but having just personalized stylists here that work for finding things for people. I've had people ask me like, hey, can you keep an eye out on this? Obviously, I'm not in a store all the time to be like, oh yeah, I saw this come in. Unless I have my eye out and I'm specifically shopping for somebody. So if somebody has their specific stylist
Yeah.
in the store, and
Yeah.
they're like, they love the trench coat.
Yeah.
Anytime the new trench coat comes in,
Yeah.
we need, yes.
Exactly. So
Very
we're going to
smart.
be building out that team so that we can service more and more people, and hopefully service people across the country that way.
Yeah.
And if you get to know your client better, then you can serve them better, so you don't make mistakes with them. So we're really trying to develop, I say, work that muscle, and we'll be doing that in the next year. We have 2 in-house real stylists right now, but we're going to grow it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I have 2 more questions for
Okay.
you as we wrap up that I like to ask everybody. Number 1 is, how would you describe your personal style?
Oh, well, today I'm pretty casual. You have to understand, I get up at like 6 and I turn the key here very early. And I got a bunch of texts, and I was on my phone in my closet, and I just said, I'm running out of here today. So I didn't really put it together for this, but I would say I'm definitely a classic, kind of quiet luxury, more of a timeless dresser with a twist. So like if a new denim comes in that's a little, cooler, I want to keep up to date on denim. But I do buy into kind of classic, timeless looks. And I love quiet luxury, though I love a, embellished sweatshirt here and there. So for me, it would be, I describe myself in 2 ways: quiet luxury and sporty chic. So I also love kind of a sporty vibe, a stripe, a polka dot, a stripe.
You are rocking it right now, though.
Yeah, it's funny.
So you are.
It's funny. So those 2 things: quiet luxury, a little bit refined, and then a sporty chic. Yeah. Because we live in Washington. We wear our puffer coats a lot, right?
Exactly. And the podcast is called the Make It You podcast because it is about making your style, making your life, the decisions you make more you. What advice do you have for making your life you, or making your style you?
I think people just need to express themselves, however they are feeling, So I love, we have someone that works here named Elsa, and she comes in and these fun, bright, fabulous outfits all the time, and I just love that about her. And she's expressing, who she is, and you can see that, bubbly, happy. And I think it's just really important also that people use fashion to kind of feed their confidence, I don't know. I always believed in getting up, getting ready, putting your best, foot forward, and representing yourself in a way that when you step into those clothes, when you step into that, sometimes it just starts to make you feel better.
Oh yeah.
So, and you feel good about yourself, or, it's really important, to, understand who you are and use fashion in a way that expresses your personality and makes you feel good,
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, and then other advice, just be true to yourself, and don't ever think anything's not, is out of your reach,
It's beautiful.
Yeah, we can get on the women conversation all day long,
yeah.
but I really think that, just have to empower yourself, think positive, surround yourself with great people. I think that's very important, and, I started this late in life, so it's also never too late for people. Women that are raising children, God bless them, but it's they're running a small company. So a lot of people spend a lot of years at home, which is a great choice. They can sometimes start feeling wow, what am I doing? But when I look back at the experience of really being at home and raising 4 kids, I think, wow, I felt like I was running a company, because of all the little things you're doing. And so a lot of that skill set, I moved over to the refined closet. It's not 4 children, but it's, a different type of organization, but I still had it. I still had it in my, so I just want people to feel positive, go for what they want, surround themselves with great people. I always believe in uplifting others, even my competitors, So there's a big world out there, and there's a lot for everyone, and just do your best, and treat people well.
That is beautiful advice. And the thing with empowering women, I mean, through style and finding yourself, it's such a, I like to tell my clients as they have their children, because I've had children too, it's like, you're almost like a butterfly every time, like coming out again and finding who you are each time. Like, oh, this is a different version of me and a different version of me.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
experience. And also just remember how important what you're doing raising your children is, and how much work that is. You know, it's not something small. It's the biggest thing we do at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So just want people to recognize that even if, you know, when they're home, what they're doing is like, they're a CEO.
Yes,
they are. Yeah.
And now you're running this other part. You have two businesses pretty much.
Yeah, right. It's fine. Thank God those kids are fine. But
Yes. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today.
Yeah.
And also for having this place where people can come to and express themselves, and the message that you have with your team. I think you're doing such a wonderful job.
Yeah,
Just
I
getting to
mean,
people's
we
hearts.
try. We hope that everyone's experience is great. You know that in any business that you're running, occasionally you run across someone disappointed. We just do our very best to always, you know, do our best to make things go well. Because like I said, we want to uplift people. We want good experiences, positivity. We're not interested in anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for coming in.
And if you are enjoying this and you want to go find them on Instagram, please share where everybody can find you.
_refined closet. So the word THE_refined, REFIND, like fine, closet.
And follow them. Take a look at the lives and the stories, because they have over 100 a day. You will never be bored if you need to look at some fun luxury finds.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
great. Thank you so much. Thanks.